Thank you so much. And good afternoon, everyone. It's just almost coffee time. Okay. Okay. No, I had to delight you to see something different. Okay. Before I had a very interesting picture. Today has been an interesting day, so I'll take that off. There was a picture of actually a person in an auto, somehow is missing out right here. And why I had put that picture across was to keep in mind that where exactly, how we are defining communication right now, today, okay? There was a time when we spoke about contact center. In good old days, there used to be, you go to a contact center, you go to your desk, put on your mic, get your gear, put your phone on silent, and you get going, and you take your first call, and that's the role how it went through. Is it really so nowadays? Not really, no? When we talk about digital contact center, when we talk about the new age contact center, it is contact. We contact at any time, anywhere. I have to proactively interact. I have to be proactively connect with my customer in time, in context. Otherwise, it is going to go somewhere else. So what we are talking about here is the feasibility of get, set, go, information on your fingertips. You put all the jargons together, you churn it up, and you put it all together. Today, my person is feet on street. You can take up a call while you are driving, while you're babysitting, while you are in your study, while you're in a gym, while you're taking your time off, wherever at any time zone, different languages, different perspective, all of that together. What has also happened over the last few years, and I think we started off, I would say in the last 5 years or so, when the entire journey of customer experience, and there was a revolution as such of a lot of technologies getting curated together. The entire thing, when it started coming together, there was new technology. Everybody wanted to say, okay, let's try this. Probably that is going to get my customer experience better. It also came across saying that let's have as many multiple touch points with my customer. The more the multiple touch points with my customer, the more I'm there. Jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai types, right? But we realized over the time, we came to irritation of communication. We came down to over-communication. We came down to not in context communication. And that actually adversely started affecting customer experience altogether. What we have come now together is what we say is that we have to have a strategy. You have to have a strategy to what mode of channel of technology or mode of channel of digitalization I'm going to use for what case. I'll throw a little hint. What we have seen is maybe for account closures, and when a customer is going through, or an irritated customer, today also voice makes a better difference. I want to talk to someone. Come on, I've been your customer. I want to close this. I don't want to talk to a bot at that time. I don't want to close it over a chat. I expect a call. I expect an appreciation. I expect to be heard. Okay? On the other hand, if it is information, if there is FAQs, if there is information which just needs to be given across, I don't really want to talk to anyone. 72 about, there was this study which was going on, and I was going through the numbers, where they said about 70% of the people don't even want to talk nowadays, and that is more in context with the younger generation, which is 18 to 35, and 18 to 25 and more. They like to go through it, read, browse. They don't want to talk, And I had a personal experience as well about it. This was with my nephew who lost his credit cards, and he called a contact center number, and he called up and he said, listen, and he went through 1-800 number. It was pretty clean, got everything, got his credit cards canceled, got the new ones, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, I sell the system, right? So I said, how was it? He said it was futile. It did not make sense. This could have been done at any time. I lost my cards, then I spent a significant time talking to people for what? Why can't I just put it on a system? This is the reason, this is where it is, you needed evidence, I'll give that to you. Get going, renew my cards, I should be assured that this is done. Well, this was an ouch moment for me because I sell this, okay? But that's where I realized that in context, technology, and using the right channel, how that matters. So at Phonon, now I'm going to come down and focus at what we do from that perspective. And that, we started off in about 2008, and we primarily are in BFSI and aviation sector. So out of 7 out of 10 calls, if they come to you from anything from airline, for your IROPS or anything, they come through our system. About 60% of private banking, if you're interacting with them, that is across from our system as well. And that's where we realized that what we need to do from a technology point of view and from a solution point of view is curate a solution tied with technology to in context with what customer wants and not how we would want and how it would look fancy to us. Okay? Over the years, any solution that we have worked on, and I'm going to take you through each one of them that we have worked hard on, and we look at some of them, have been curated with the single point of client experience. It's as simple as when you go to a restaurant, it's the last dish which comes onto your table. It's an experience altogether. What comes through in between are just supply chain. It's the chef who thought about it. It is the ambience. It is the entire thing, which gets on together and when you put it all. And wherever we wanted to see that how do we make this experience better is where we have paid emphasis on. In the last quarter, our emphasis has been on getting the telephony, contact center telephony, literally on your fingertips and making the system get, set, go. And when we say get, set, go, we saw what were the things which were coming in line. We were anywhere contact center. With the new TRI and DOT, we could get second leg on VoIP, first ones to get into it. Come on, there's a cost reduction to it. There's an efficiency there. Well, do I get a soft phone in between? There's a third party. What do I do to make it better? I would want my agent to call from agent UI. Let's get the web RTC on. Okay? So these were some of the things where we said creating a smooth, efficient, clean, straight journey towards the customer. Okay. Does this work? Okay, it works. I'm going to show you how, when I said it's a simple system, keeping it simple. If I want to start something, I should be able to start anytime, anywhere, without thinking. I'm going to take you through something which we call as a flow designer. Now, when you look at this, it's basically taking you, while you're thinking about a flow, what you're thinking that I would want, this is a unified communication, so I want an SMS to be sent across, or listen, in this conversation, I would want an email to be sent across. Now, I would want a call to be triggered at this point, or call not to be triggered. So if you really see, we are just doing a drag and drop right here. And this can be done by anyone. There is no engineering. There is nothing except for common sense and a thought process behind it. If you can put both of them together, you have a system which can do anything right there. And it can be done at any skill level till the time you know your customer journey. What we have done, as you see further, is that we realized that solutioning is at our heart and at our core. And then came voice bots. Do we want to get into the voice technology? Or what are we good at? We're good at solutioning. Okay, that happens. So we said, let's get solutioning in our hand. And what do we do about technology? Let's integrate with the best. So we integrated with AWS, we integrated with GCP, we are integrated with GCP, Azure, as we talk with Unifor. What does it get for the client? At any point, there is some better of technology in any of these top players, you get an advantage. What do we do in there? We do your intent bot training. We make your customer journey better. We spend time in actually solutioning it from that perspective. The second came was the CRM integrations. We are SSO with all these CRMs, and if there are any more, our platform has the capability to get integrated pretty quickly, simple, get going, and get there. Again, this gets you a client benefit, saying that if I want to switch from one to another, from technology A to B, I really don't have to do much. It's a click and click. It's as much as a drop down, because your solution will remain the way it is. I'll take you through what I was talking about, Agent UI soft phone. This is something very new in the industry, something which was something which we curated in the last quarter, because before that, VoIP was not really allowed in the system. This has just come now with the new relaxation in the regulation. And we were part of the DOT tri-committee. We were the members of that committee. And I think that is another thing which we have always kept as a conscious part of being in the community, to know what is happening. That also gets you an edge to get to your customers, give the best out to your customers pretty quickly. What this does is gives an opportunity. Your cost goes down because the second leg is right there. It's secure. We are 100% on cloud. We can do your cloud to my cloud. We can put the system on your landing of your cloud. We can work that out in whatever you would want. When it comes to compliance and perspective, if we can get that going. This is an incoming one, which I'm showing. But then we have you can do an incoming, you can do an outgoing. While we were doing this, we realized that soft phone dependency to hai. No? How do we take that out? Because for an agent, when he gets on my digital platform, he has to go through CRM. Okay, SSO takes care of that. Number two, when we start looking at soft phone, that is another fallout. So the next one which we're looking at is a WebRTC. So from agent UI, you can just do a click call and get going. It's not only the cost which goes down. Look at the agent efficiency which goes up. Look at the hurdles which are taken back and they get going from there. So you have to look at it from that context and from that perspective. Now I'm going back that today my agents are not sitting on the desk, sitting in office where they can call out their TL and IT or whatever. Neither does my supervisor or my TL has that kind of bandwidth to go in each one's house to figure out ki ho kya raha hai. So you have to have robust systems and you have to have visibility around it. Otherwise, you will keep on looking at connectivities. You will keep on wondering around what went wrong and how and who was the player who was going up, where did the system break, and what exactly happened. And those are numerous conversations with everybody, I'm sure, at some point has had who has worked in a digital contact center or a contact center industry. While I was talking about, this is from an information perspective, another thing. This is called, as I said, a part of us works in the aviation side of it, a huge amount of work we do there. This was an interesting thing which we call it 22 North. Now 22 North is because, of course, this is Trixie, and 22 North is because we are Baroda based. So we are in that latitude of 22 North. So we said, yeah, let's get more creative around it. And while I was talking about, now this is an information which is very contextual, which is more like an FAQ. It's more like an information. I don't even want to call for this kind of information or seek out. This is an information will definitely be coming onto my emails, but this is also an information if I want to seek out, can be seeked out at any point. Now, Trixie is something which can be put at any social platform. We talk a lot about social platforms. Social platforms are being used a lot for customer service, for customer experience perspective. We are losing out I don't know, we are still not tabbing on for this for sales, for upsell, cross-sell opportunity, because there is a huge, huge, huge opportunity there. This is more conservative, but yes, it is an ML-based bot, okay, which takes care, again, from a perspective of what you can do from if you take information in a clean manner. While I have put this is the Sodexo bot, which is there on their website. But I'll give you another example where these bots, the visual ML bots, can really be used. Whenever you send out an information for eligibility, or you feel that, okay, I'm eligible for this credit card or whatever it is, it takes you to the bank or any company's website. The overall information awes you, and that's where a lot of customer journeys stop. What it does is takes you step by step, one by one, through the journey, and completes the journey without you wavering here, there, anywhere. You can upload your PAN card, you can upload your information, because it is coming from a sender ID, which is verified, thanks to DOT and everything. You can send that across, and there your lead is getting closed there and then. So overall, that's what I have here for you. I am open for questions.
So, well, I'm still audible when I was without the mic, but if there are any questions, please raise your hand. We are open to taking one precisely for constraint of time, but if anyone's there, please raise your hand, and we can direct the question to Pooja. Shall I give you 5 seconds to think over? That's what I do. Anyone? Yes, ma'am. Could we have the mic, please?
Yes.
Yeah, otherwise you can just quickly ask now. It's fine. One question. A lot of questions? I have a lot. Okay. We'll leave to the networking post this. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a huge, huge round of applause. Thank you so much, Pooja.
Thank you so much.